Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to Talking Food. I am Matt Hewitt, your host. So, I gave you a week off after showing you how to do some pork belly, showing you a slow and low cooking technique that you could do in your oven. Where I live in Utah, it is getting pretty cold. And what that means for me, anyway, is I enjoy making soups. Um, One of the things that I think people tend to have a hard time with is making a basic chicken stock. It's very, very easy, can be done in the same night that it doesn't have to be done overnight or anything like that. It's very, very simple. It's really basic ingredients, and I would like to show you how I make chicken stock. So, why don't we get started? All right. So, here's what we're going to do. It's pretty basic. You see one, two, three, four. Four ingredients. You could add bay leaf if you want. You could add other things. But what I'm talking about making that is so easy and so simple can be a building block for a ton of other recipes. Any kind of chicken-based soup, you can use the stock as a base for sauces. If you took the carcass and browned the bones, you could make a brown chicken stock. There's so many different things that you can do with chicken stock that quite frankly, it's something that I make on a regular basis. You hear a lot of people now that are into certain types of diets that call for bone broth or stock or things of that nature. I'll kind of talk about as I get the things going for the chicken stock, the variations that you can do with beef bones. And while I'm on the subject, the difference between stock and bone and broth is stock is made with mostly bones, and broth is made with a mixture of meat and bone. In this case, I'm going to actually be making a soup tonight from scratch. So I'm going to start with the whole chicken as opposed to just the chicken bones. So the process will be very, very simple. I'm going to cut these items up, rinse this chicken, put it into Oh, I have someone invading my show. Come here, bud. Come here. If you're going to invade, just invade.
Hello.
You want to help me make some chicken stock?
Yep.
All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to rinse this guy. We're going to cut these up, get them into a pot with cold water, and I'll show you how to do it.
Got it. I'm almost going to cry because of the onions.
All right, so I have the vegetables cut, and my trusty assistant is going to go get me a pot. Why don't you go get me the shorter one? This is my number one sous chef van. So you see, I have the carrots.
Carrot dropped.
Onion. That's okay.
Can I eat it?
Nope. Carrot, onion, celery, and I'm just going to get those into the pot. Okay, one of the things. Okay, so we got the vegetables in the pot. It's important to note that I took the tips off of the celery and the carrots, and I peeled the onion. I washed all the vegetables. I didn't wash. You don't have to wash the onion, but I took the skin off the onion. But I did wash the carrot and I did wash the celery. I also rinsed the chicken, and by the way, I'm using a Mary's organic air chilled chicken. You can find those. I believe you can find them on Amazon. I'll put a link to this Mary's chicken. It's free range, no antibiotics, no hormones ever, grown out of California. But what I wanted to point out is you can leave the ends of the celery and the carrots on. You can leave the onion unpeeled, that's all up to you. But the more debris that you have on the vegetables that are going into the stock, the more of that nasty stuff that it's actually called scum. Like if you've ever made stock before, you get this weird kind of off-colored foam and stuff that looks kind of funky. You skim that off, and that the technical term for that in cooking is called scum. So I like to wash my carrots and celery. I like to take the tips off, and then I like to peel the onion. It just makes for an easier process later on. So you got a hold of that, buddy?
Yep.
All right. So I'm going to take this chicken here. I'm going to get it into this pot, and then we're going to take it over to the sink and get some water in it. All right. One of the things that's important to note is that we want to use cold water when starting the stock. I didn't measure the water. I just tried to cover the bird, and we're going to turn it on to a medium heat, and then bring that up to right before it just starts to boil, and then lower the heat and let it sit for about 45 minutes. The longer you let the stock sit or simmer or reduce, the more concentrated the flavor will be. One of the things I think that's also important to point out is that there is no salt, no seasoning, nothing. Stock is a blank slate, and then you can season it after. Hey, what's up? This is Matt, and I just want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you like what I'm doing here on Talking Food, go down below and hit the subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up and share with your friends. Share with your friends. This will be up on YouTube on my FryerPod channel. It'll also be on fryerpod.com, and I will also have this on Instagram. So you can go follow me there, Instagram, Twitter, wherever. Type FryerPod, FRYERPOD, in wherever you watch your videos, or subscribe to your websites, or on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, you name it. Come follow me, subscribe, and let's make you a better cook.